Welcome to another episode of Coffee Talk with Angel and Nathaniel, an interview series designated to reconnect with our peers on a professional and personal level. Each episode will feature a special guest from the department. We hope to learn something new about one another in a post pandemic world. And today's special guest is Samantha. Samantha, how are you today?
I'm doing all right. How are you guys?
I should say I'm doing amazing. I'm sure Angel is as well, but I won't answer for her today.
I am. I'm doing great. Can't wait to speak with you. We're going to have a fun day.
Definitely
It'll be
looking
fun.
forward to this one, of course. So, if you haven't seen our coffee talks before, typically what we do is Angel and I will rotate questions. Some personal, well, not too personal, but some work related and some fun ones. We try to mix it up a little bit just so that we can get an opportunity to know more about Miss Samantha. So I will start with the first question, which is tell us about your role here within the insurance agency and also how you started in the industry.
So I'm technically still an account manager, but I am on the remarketing team. That's when the remarketing started, I was the first one they pulled over. So I've been doing it since the beginning. It has gotten a lot easier. Just ask Angel. She's seen it from the beginning, and it was a mess. Starting in the industry, I was 18.
Okay.
I worked for Westfield Insurance Company. I worked on their commercial side for a little over a year.
Okay.
And then it was an hour drive one way to work every day, so it was just too much.
That is a lot.
And then I started here. I think I counted earlier. It was a year and 8 months ago.
Look at you. Congrats on the year and 8 months. Soon you'll be at the
Yes.
2 year mark before you know it.
Right.
That I can't believe it's been over a year already. So
So we know what the remarketing team is. You referenced that, but give us a quick kind of Cliff Notes version of what the remarketing team is, because I'm not sure everybody, especially folks like in a store and a little bit removed, I'm not sure everybody's completely clear. So give us a little quick, um, short version of what that looks like or what that is.
So there are three of us working on the team. Well, there's more than three people, but there are three sales agents working on the
Mhm.
team. And what we do is we are looking at our clients who are currently with insured with CSAA or Grange and some even progressive. And if those have, the premium increases, even if there was no premium increase this renewal, we're still looking to reshop them with primarily Mohr, Cincinnati, and Safeco.
Got it. Okay. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I think you probably still get questions on remarketing, so it's kind of nice to put it out there and do a little clarifying.
Well, and it's not just the reselling that we're doing either. Those customers are then assigned to me. I am then the account manager, or
Awesome.
Andrew's the account manager for his. That way, when the remarketing ends, we still have a book of business to work. We're not
That's
just
great.
sitting there twiddling our thumbs. So, if those clients that I remarketed last year, if they're calling in this year and saying, hey, my premium with Mafre increased, I'm also looking at reshopping those with all of our other carriers.
Great.
And then any policy changes, any just, what ifs, questions, those type of things we also handle.
You're saying you have a ton of free time. You have nothing going on.
Oh, nothing. I do nothing all day
Right, right. But
for
that's the
30
thing.
seconds at a time.
Right.
Right.
But that's the thing that I love about the remarketing is just gives our customers, it shows that we're proactive as opposed to being reactive, where most of our customers, I won't say most, but a lot of our customers are calling after they receive their renewal and they're already in reshop mode, or they're already in the mindset of I'm going to go somewhere else. Whereas with the remarketing, that gives us the upper hand of instilling that confidence within our customers that, hey, we're already one step ahead of you. We've already looked and identified that, we can potentially find a better home for you. And this is what we have, and give them the ability to make that decision. So I love that, that you guys assist our customers in that way. I think it's great. Definitely for the agency.
Well, and it's definitely kind of a feel good point about the job, too. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
saving some of these people upwards of $1,000
Yeah.
on their policies. And I mean, this one lady called in um, about the quotes that we sent her,
Hmm.
and she was crying. And
Mhm.
it turns out that I had saved her just enough to get her grandson the drum set that he wanted for Christmas.
Oh, that's
And he had just lost
fantastic.
his family,
Oh
and
no.
she had just taken custody of him and was like, "We've really been struggling financially. This is amazing. Thank you." And I
Well,
was like,
those
"Well,
are
I
the
got to step
days,
away for a minute."
right? Yes. Those are the days that really make your job amazing, right? It's all worth it when stuff like that happens. Wow.
It is, yeah.
Good for you. That's awesome. Well, you just referenced you've been here 18 months, so you must like us. I like that. You haven't run away yet. So
Not yet.
yeah, not yet. My next question is, and this is a big thing for us. We always kind of want to know everybody's take on it, but what is your favorite thing about the work culture here?
Everyone is very welcome. Everyone is super helpful. Seems like they care about each other. I mean, I've been in offices before where you walk in and your coworker doesn't even tell you hello in the morning.
Mm,
Meanwhile, we're all working from home or, from different office locations. And even in the different Teams chats, there's, everyone's talking all day to each other. There's communication, there's help, if you need something, someone's there. It doesn't matter who it is, they're there, even if they don't know you.
Great. Yes, good. I love that. That makes me happy. I feel like that's the answer we get a lot. Um, but it's because we're doing the right things, right? We're all here to support each other.
Yep. And that's to me one of the driving forces of keeping employee retention, of fostering an environment where people want to come to work. And obviously, people want to be somewhere where one, they're appreciated, but two, where they have a good sense of belonging. And I think we do a really good job of, fostering that culture that everybody's important. We're all one team, one big family, and anything that anyone can do to help, everyone is always willing to step in. So I love it.
I agree. And a spin-off to that, I think everybody feels valued. I think
Yeah.
that's a good thing that, we all do. So everybody's more than happy to help because they feel valued in their role. So it's almost like, cyclical. You get filled up and then you fill somebody else up. So
That's right.
yes.
That's right.
I agree. I agree.
So,
And it also helps that management is very easy to approach.
yes.
I mean, I know with my direct manager, if I ever have, I mean, even just a personal issue in the day, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go crazy. Can I call you for a second? She'll make the time if she has it.
Right.
But because I'm doing 10 things, she's doing a million.
Right.
But she's always there for the team, and she's always there for the agency as well. I
Yeah.
mean, anyone in the agency or in her office, it's nice to see that there's such a good communication between not just me and my management, but even like me and Kathy when I was working with Kathy.
Right.
Even still now, I'll talk to her. It's very nice to be able to approach management.
Agreed. Agree with that 100%. So that leads me to my question, and it looks like I have all the fun questions on our docket today. So, what would you do if you won the lottery?
And right now it's $1.9 billion if people
Yes.
don't know that. So sorry,
Right.
go ahead.
I saw that. We're
Before you
definitely getting
answer-
another ticket.
Before you answer that, let me change my question up a little bit. What would you do if you won the lottery besides hiring me as an assistant? I carry a mean bag. I can write lots of great notes.
We're really good at yard work.
Right.
So besides, well, I guess I'd have to hire both of you. It wouldn't be fair if I didn't.
We're a team.
We have it on camera, so we're
Right.
good, Angel. We're good.
It's
That's right.
recorded.
That's right.
Sharing. I heard you're sharing. Is that what I think I heard?
No, no,
I can
actually,
edit
no
that
one
out.
would know.
Yeah, right.
I would keep it completely under wraps. No one would know. It would just deposit itself in my bank account, and I would keep living life
I am
until
the
I
same
eventually,
way.
turned in my 2 weeks and disappeared off the map. So
Right. That's
moved to
great.
Alaska somewhere.
There you go. Nothing wrong with being in Alaska besides
Yeah.
it
So
being
you just
dark
drop off the
half
grid,
time.
right?
Right.
Just drop off the grid.
Love it. I love it. Well, we're coming, so we'll know where you are.
That's
Yeah.
Um, So in the event you don't win the lottery, my next question is, who has impacted you most in your career and how?
So, to be 100% honest, the person who has impacted me most in my career has to be, and he just walked past the door, my boyfriend.
Aw,
It's just from day one, even when I had the bad days of the, 8 hours of death by PowerPoint for a week straight, and was at an agency that didn't really care about their employees. And I mean, there were no benefits, there were no raises, there were no anything
Wow.
ever. And we were worked like dogs. And, he's like, you can do anything for a year. And I did. And then, this office was so small that my one coworker and I got like really attached to each other. Her and I became really good friends. And I didn't want to leave
Right.
because I didn't want to leave them behind. And he was like, "Are you crazy? No. AAA is offering you a great go. Go
Right.
now."
Well, we're so glad that he did push you our way. We'll definitely say that.
that's right.
I am too. It was honestly coming to this company was a great decision.
We are happy that you made the decision to come here. Even with the interactions that you and I have had, over the 18 months, it's just been an amazing experience. And I can personally say that I am thankful that you are here.
Oh, thank you.
I am
I don't know
too.
what I would have done without either of you. I mean, you both trained me, so
Now we're torturing you. I mean, interviewing you.
Yes, right. So that leads me to my question, and I know I kind of have a sense of what you probably will say, but I figured I would ask it anyway because this series isn't about me and what I know or what Angel knows, it's for the people. So, what's one thing most people don't know about you?
I can't whistle.
See, I would never have guessed that.
Me either. Now I
I
want to
can't
see.
whistle to save my life.
I don't believe either of you. I know you guys have whistled at least one time in
Oh,
your
I
life.
can. I said I
Uh,
want to see her not whistle. I
Oh,
want
I thought you were
proof.
saying that you can't.
I'll show you at the next agency meeting.
I need
But yeah, I
proof.
really can't whistle.
That's I would have
just
never
doesn't
guessed
happen.
that.
I feel like I don't even know anything in life anymore. I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't either. I didn't either. And I
All
just
right,
had
then.
this picture in my mind of just, the attempt, and it's keeping everything within myself, not to just really overtly just laugh thinking about it, but
I have tried
I'm
for
trying to be
24
professional.
years to whistle.
Oh my goodness, that's so funny.
You have free reign to laugh at that.
Well, the fact that you're still trying, that
Right,
shows what kind of
right.
commitment you have. 24 years is a long
'Cause
time
one
for a
day-
skill.
It's like one day it's going to happen, and when it does, I'm
That's
telling you, angels are going to sing. Not our
That's right.
angel, but angels
Yeah,
are going
no.
to sing.
That's right. We're all gonna know. We're all
Right,
gonna know. That's
right.
funny.
He'll surprise
Like-
the dogs, that's for sure.
Yeah, right. That's right. What is that noise? We've never heard it
Right.
before.
That's great.
So leads me to my next question. I think you've referenced a couple things that you do in your day to day. But how do you deal with a stressful or pressure in situations?
I just get through it. You just push yourself through it. You do what you can. And some are kind of bothersome because some are out of your control. You can only do so much. But
Right.
what I found is you can't sit there and just chew on it. You have to do what you can do, set it aside, and move on to the next thing and just keep pushing through, because before you know it, that stressful day turned into a busy day, which 8 hours has gone by and it's the end of the day.
Right.
So just because it's stressful at the moment doesn't mean it's going to be a bad day.
I absolutely love that. You can only do what you can do. At the end of the day, as you stated perfectly, some things are out of your control. What can you do? You're not the decision maker in most instances, so you offer what you can offer and make your suggestions, and it is what it is. And I love how you put it, don't hold on to it, just move on to the next thing. Best thing that you can do.
Well,
It
that's
is.
the biggest thing is that people ruin their own days, right?
Right.
Something
Mhm.
happens and then it's a vicious cycle. They get in a mood and then it just gets worse from there. And you just kind of let it roll off your back and move on. So
Yep.
kudos to you because that's a skill. That's
It is.
learned.
It is.
It's after how many years have I been working now? I think 8 years. I've worked customer service since I was 16. So I started out working at a pet store, which was not fun. I mean, it
What?
was. It had its
Being
ups,
around
but
the animals wasn't fun. I think
oh
people
my
would
gosh, the
love
people
that.
were crazy.
It's not the animals, but the people coming into the pet store are the ones that are crazy. Got it.
Yes, exactly. Yes. And then, just I worked at a bunch of call centers, and even in the insurance industry, we get clients that they're calling you just to yell at you.
Yeah.
They're calling because they've had a bad day and they need to take it out on someone, and that's their coping mechanism. And you can't take it personally. You have to do what you can do, sympathize, because, yeah, I mean, that has to be frustrating.
Right.
And just do, like I said, try to appease them and move on to the next thing.
Yep, that's all you can do. Love it.
So that leads me to mine, which is a question that we ask all of our interviewees within each episode. Angel puts this a lot better than I can, which is why she's the star of our interview series,
No.
whether she accepts it or not. But we ask a question as a way of Angel and I being able to try to use our again, I wish I can say it, so I'll let Angel go ahead and set up the question and then I'll ask it.
So we think that we are detectives,
Yes.
and we use this as a reference point. Typically, the favorite show decides what kind of person you are. So we're profilers.
Yes,
Whether
that's
you
what I'm
want.
looking for. Perfectly put. We are profilers.
We are
In a good way,
profilers.
right?
That's
We're
right.
not
In a good,
stalkers.
that's right. In a very good way.
Stalkers.
But so far, we have pretty much everybody matches their TV show choices one way or another, right?
So that segues to my question, which is, what's your favorite TV show, the one you're always watching on repeat?
So there's not just one.
Even
All
better.
right, we only have
Even
30
better.
minutes, Samantha. No, just kidding.
I'll talk faster. But it's primarily just so after work I can, or I'm doing schoolwork, so I have the TV playing in the background.
Mhm.
So it's usually history docs
Okay.
or investigation discovery.
Okay.
So all the murder mystery shows, all the detective shows, especially there's one, oh, I forget what it is. I think it's American Detective, and it's with Lieutenant Joe Kenda.
Okay.
Love it. I am
And
not
that's
at
a
all
good one.
surprised. I'm not at all surprised. It totally fits your
then-
personality.
Just like the fun, like paranormal mystery shows. Like Will Shatner has a new one on Netflix, like Unexplained Mysteries. And those are fun to put on in the background sometimes, people chasing after Bigfoot.
Right.
It can be entertaining.
The phenomenons. Love it.
Yeah.
So that definitely fits your personality. I would
Does.
agree with that assessment that Angel was about to say, because I can read her mind, obviously.
You can.
But yes, you utilize your investigative skills, during your workday every single day. You're asking the questions and trying to figure out how you can, utilize, the information that you gather to help put a customer in a better situation. The $1,000 that you were able to help the customer with to get the drum set, in order to arrive at that conclusion, you had to ask the necessary questions. And sometimes, even in your reviews of the policies, you got to dig a little deeper, find out, is it really a 2-car garage or is it just a 1-car garage? Is it really, is it what kind of roof? You have to ask more questions to figure out how you can maximize, the savings for a customer. So I can see that in your personality.
I also think, and this is just my side note, but insurance is a pretty serious gig, right? We're being serious all day long. So it's kind of nice to break out of that serious mindset and like the phenomenon, what Nathaniel said, and the interest level of this other thrilling stuff that's going on while we're just at work being insurance agents. So
Right.
I totally can see that too. It's almost like a turnoff from your regular life, and going in to experience the way other people live and in a safe way. Rob, you're sitting in front of your computer, not in a jail cell.
Right.
Right, exactly. I'm not actually Candace DeLong
That's
interviewing
right.
criminals. It's
Yes, that's funny. Okay, so my next one, I think, like Nathaniel said, I think I know the answer to this just because you and I have worked closely together. But what is the biggest easy for me to say, misconception people have about your position?
so the biggest misconception I think people have about insurance agents in general is that we're after the money. They think that we're only in it for the premium that we're getting from the policy. Where to which in the remarketing team, that's not what we're about at all.
Right.
We're
You get
trying
the
to
money
take that
back.
premium out of the policy.
Right.
I got into the insurance industry to help people. I
Mhm.
didn't get into the insurance industry to take money from people. And I think also what people don't understand is that we don't set the rates.
Right.
We don't, we're not in the underwriting gig. We're not doing all the behind the scenes stuff. They don't understand that. And they also don't know that there are some industry standards that, probably insurance agents don't morally agree with.
Right.
And it's not, we're not used car salesmen.
Not at all.
Right.
No, I think that is great. Just being able to, like you said, we're in the business of helping, not trying to, set people back financially. We're, very, we listen and we learn and we figure out what we can do to help. And
Right,
you're right, that
exactly.
is a misconception where some of the calls that we get is, you are raising my rate. And
You
it's like,
personally.
no, I'm not. No, it's not me. I'm not doing it. If it were up to me,
Right.
I would do what I can to, or I would say that's why I'm here, is to help put you in a better situation. Let's see what we can find to tailor something that fits your need, but still being able to provide, the coverage that's going to protect you and your family at, at a price that you're comfortable with. Even though I try not to use price or cost at all, but yeah, you're completely right with that.
But I think one thing the thing I was thinking you would say is that your job is easy, right?
Yeah, it's not.
Right.
It's
So,
not.
so you're a startup department, really. There was no remarketing, out of the gate. And so you have kind of worked directly with Becky to get it off the ground. And if there's anything that I can say about your team is that you're fluid, right? You make changes easily. So that's what I was going to say. So I like yours better, but your team has definitely taken a role in the agency and streamlined it, created processes, and so from start to finish, it was a created process. So it has definitely not been an easy process. So the fact that you love it, like I said, and you still are here, that speaks to the team and your management for sure.
Agreed.
And it's definitely our management for the remarketing team has been amazing support through the whole transition, through everything. She has made sure that I have been included when decisions have been made, when things have been, because like you said, it's been her and I from the beginning, and it
Right.
was a mess. I mean, you should see the old spreadsheet.
Let me take some duct tape and some spackle and we can figure
Right.
out how to put this together, right?
Right.
Yes, and lots of different colored columns. Oh, it was messy. It would give you a seizure just looking at it.
Oh, no.
And then, we started to expand and develop from there because it started out, we were just quoting with Safeco. And then Mohr was the backup. Well, it turns out that Mohr had the better rates from the beginning. So we flip flopped it. And that was the
Right.
first change that was made. And then
One of many.
it just kept going after
Right.
that. And it's
Sure.
been, a lot of ups and downs. There certainly have been some kind of low points, but we've learned from it. And like you said, we're very fluid, and we keep changing and moving. And it's a new position, so that it's going to happen.
Right.
Right. And I think
Yeah,
this is
you
great that you have the mindset to anticipate change, accept change, and roll with it. Where that's a quality that not everyone has. Not everyone can deal with change. If it's if green turns to red and purple turns to orange, it's like, wait a minute, my world is ending because I was expecting, this way, this process, and now that things are changed up, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. So being able to adapt to that type of change is definitely commendable.
and you have
Thank you.
sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say you have trailblazed all of the road bumps for the people to come. So,
Right.
you're making it easier for the future folks.
Yes,
your-
they won't
with your-
have to go through all the
Right.
With your
back and
tenacity,
forth.
you made it easier for them, right?
Yeah. I think it's just sheer will to see it to the end at this
There you
point.
go.
There you go.
But
So-
it's the whole change. I look at it the way I look at life. You got to go with the flow. If you don't, then yeah, your world's going to get turned upside down and there's going to be problems. Change happens all the time. I mean, look at the
Right.
pandemic that just happened, all the change that just came because of that.
Right.
Our world is constantly changing. And as people, our biggest leg up is that we are so adaptable.
Yeah. Agreed.
And you've proven it. So
Yes, indeed.
Just got to
that-
breathe and take it one day at a time.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Keep
Tomorrow's
moving
another
forward.
day. That's right.
Exactly.
So, last question, always the funnest one of the series of questions that we ask. We always invite people if they want to sing a song, if they want to dance. We always want to make sure that we give them the opportunity to do so. So, the last question would be, what's one song or artist that you're embarrassed to admit that you like?
So actually, it's Bye 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 by NSYNC.
There you go.
We did it was Dances Through the Ages thing when I was in varsity choir, which is a thing, in high school. And one of the songs that apparently just stuck in my head was that one. And they made us learn the dances to all these songs and everything. So yeah, that one I do jam to occasionally still.
Okay,
Yep.
so all agency meeting, we've got whistling and
Yep.
we've got a performance of Bye Bye Bye. Got
Yeah.
Oh no,
Noted.
my
That's what I'm
performing days are
hearing.
over.
No, that's definitely what I'm hearing.
it.
The Samantha talent show.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, I guess I might as well as just bring the armor and blacksmith with me too.
Right. You said you were fluid. Come on.
Right,
I
that's
mean,
right.
yeah, we'll just do the whole show.
There you go. Perfect.
I can do it in 3 different languages too. It's
Oh my
perfect.
Oh,
goodness.
there we go.
All right. Mic drop on that one.
I like it.
Right. I can't whistle, but I can speak German. So
I struggle English every day, so good for
Oh,
you.
As I do as well.
Well, thank you for joining us on this episode of Coffee Talk. Please join us next time. Everyday conversations, everyday people. Have a great day.
Have a great
Thank you.
day.
Thanks for having me, guys.